But I'm going to go ahead and bring on the first guest, and we'll have to make it work, or you might have to log out and log back in. So, our first guest is joining us from Arizona, and she's one of the authors with She Publishing. And I don't want to mess her name up. Is it Omia or Omaya?
I can't hear you guys. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. You can't hear us,
Oh,
but I can
can
hear you perfectly.
you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
I just
Yes.
can't hear you.
You can't hear us. Now I don't know
I
what would cause that.
can,
Can you hear
I
me
can hear
now?
you.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, welcome to Black Authors Matter TV.
Well, thank you, thank you. Hi.
Now, Rhonda, now you're not frozen. I think you're okay now because you were freezing up
Okay, can
really
you hear me
bad.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah. We can hear. I can hear you, but
Okay.
you were freezing at first, and I think it's still a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit like disjointed, a little like a second delay or something. But anyway, I can you're moving and I can hear you. So that's what we want. So anyway, now did you say your name was Omaya or Omia?
Oh, Mia.
Omia, okay.
Yes.
All right. And I was surprised you said you have three grandchildren.
I have three grandchildren. I have five children, yes.
Yeah, well, black don't crack because I would have never guessed that.
Stop playing, Omia. I
No,
caught
I
you.
have five. My oldest daughter she just turned 30 on the 10th of October. I'm
Oh,
sorry, on the 10th of April. I'm saying October.
okay. Oh, okay. Well, and you have five children, and I'm sure your children are a motivation for you in writing some of your work
Yes.
because
Yeah.
our children can be great motivators. So you're joining us from Arizona. Was it Phoenix that you're in?
I live in Buckeye, but everybody know Arizona for Phoenix. But I live in a small town called Buckeye.
Buckeye. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I drove through Arizona a few years back on a road trip from Houston to California and back. So we
Okay.
went through the southern part of Arizona first on I-10, and then
Wow.
we
Yeah.
went through the northern part on the way back on I-40. I think it was 40
Hmm.
coming back.
Yes. That 10 is that 10 is crazy.
Yeah, but it's a
Yes.
beautiful state. It's a lot of different topography. The mountains are totally different than the mountains other places.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh yeah.
the desert is the desert with the cactuses and all of that.
Yeah.
So we went through the desert, but it was beautiful. And we had, I actually have a longtime friend that I've known for decades that I hadn't seen in decades, and she lived in Tucson. So we were able to stop, and I hadn't seen her in, I think it had been like 25 years since I had seen
Wow.
her. So I was
I
able,
can definitely say it's different. I'm originally from Chicago. I've been there my entire life. So I've only
oh,
been living here for 3 years. Yeah. And
oh, okay. Yeah, that's way different from Chicago.
total difference. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
But
air is
I like it.
clear.
Yeah.
But
There's
when we were driving, we were like the whole trip, we were like, because I was driving and
uh,
I said, uh, this was on the way back from California. So, because we stopped, we didn't drive long each day, but I
mhm.
said out loud, we've had really good weather on this trip. And then an hour later, it was like a monsoon.
Oh, yes.
Where the
Yeah.
sky just got totally black and we could see it ahead, like we were driving towards it.
Mhm.
And then it started hailing before it started raining. I just pulled over because I couldn't see.
You can't see through
Can't
that.
keep
I only
driving.
experienced it once since I've been here, only one time, and it was horrible that one time. And it only had lasted maybe where I was able to drive maybe 10 minutes, but it was
Right.
scary because I had never
It,
experienced that before.
yeah, it's scary, but it lasts like 10 minutes and it's over.
Hmm.
And the car that was a car passed us after we had pulled over. Like they kept going. And when
Wow.
we started back going, they were in the ditch. They they had
Whoa.
they had had an accident. It wasn't, they didn't turn over, but you can't drive through that. So anyway, that's just my trip to Arizona. That was my one time in Arizona. Well, other than like being in the airport, like on a
Like a
getting out.
layover.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but that was
Hmm.
my one time in Arizona. It was
Wow.
beautiful.
I go to Arizona quite a bit. My dad lives in Arizona. He lives in
Really?
Tucson, actually.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's where we went.
So Tucson is about an hour
About an
and a
hour,
half.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'll actually be in Phoenix in in July.
What's going on down here?
Like what?
What's going on down here that I don't know about?
Well, my book, Surprise Swipe Right, it's a romantic comedy. It won
Okay.
an International Impact Award. And the thank you. And
Yes.
the gala is going to be in Phoenix. So I'll be flying to Phoenix for the gala.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
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 Yeah,
Congratulations.
I didn't know about the gala. I knew about the award. We had already talked about that, but I didn't know there was a gala. So, did they give you the list of all the other winners? Do you know who else won too?
Um, I don't know those people.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was somebody we knew. Somebody maybe had been on the show or before or
Well, you know
something.
what? You know what? I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna look at the list again. I
Okay.
just kind of scanned it, and I didn't see a lot of names that I recognized, but I was not looking in all the categories. So I'm gonna be fair,
No,
and I'm
I
gonna look
understand
at,
that because when
yeah,
I
I'm gonna
won
look
from
in the other categories, and I'm
yeah,
gonna see if I
I,
recognize any names.
yeah. When I was on lists like they're nominated and stuff, I didn't look at. I was so excited about me. I didn't
Yeah, I was
really.
being real selfish.
I didn't really look. And then I think I looked later. I was just
Let me see where I'm at first.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Then, like you just in like a euphoric state. And then, you say, well, let me look, a few days later, let me look and see who else might, I'm finding out
Right.
these other people.
Yeah.
But that's how that is. So anyway, I already forgot. It's Omia.
Oh, Mia.
Omia.
I know it's weird.
I
No,
just
it's not weird.
it's not. It's just, I had Omaya in my mind already. And so I had to restructure my mind that it's Omia. That's all.
Oh, Mia.
Because
Omia Tylet.
I try to pronounce everybody's name before, especially if it's an unusual name. I try
Mhm.
to, take a stab at it before the show. And so then I get that in my mind and then I have to
But
refocus.
everybody says that it's Omaya. I guess I don't know, and I don't use the little
The
hyphen at the top. I
apostrophe.
don't. I just
Mm-hmm.
dropped that a long time ago. But yeah, so they just pronounce it Omaya too. I'm like, no, it's Omia.
It's Omia. Okay. Well, now your new book is called Dr. Peabody, and I see it behind you. So,
Yes,
what is that about?
yes. Okay, Dr. Peabody is the first book in the Deception Diaries series. I'm so excited about this book. When I read it over and over because I'm just in awe of it. But it's about a successful Black doctor whose past refused to let her go. Um,
Ooh,
she
I
experienced
like
something
that.
horrible. She experiences something horrible as a child. She never got the proper help or she never healed from anything. So she decides to go off to college and make a life for herself, thinking she can, forget about those things and it'll go away. Well, she comes back. She goes to college. She comes back and open up her very own clinic. She becomes this huge, successful doctor, names in the medical journals. She was doing good things. And because her life was going so well, she thought, okay, I don't have to worry about those tragic issues in the past. Well, she ended up getting a call from a friend of hers, and that friend of hers was a trigger. she decides to take matters in her own hands. She created this serum that was supposed to help someone, end up hurting folks, and she paid a huge price for it. Um, it gets deeper and deeper as you read into it. It's basically a good girl who did something bad, but she thought she was helping and saving someone, and it's all because of the past she had. She had no one to help her, so she thought she was helping her friend, and she ended up losing everything because of it.
Hmm. Um, I was just thinking about what you said about a good girl who did something bad. That's like I don't think it's a trope, but I guess it could be a trope. But a lot of, when you do come up with a storyline, there are the good girl gone bad, or a good guy gone bad, or a bad person gone worse.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's you can decide how you want to make your character develop throughout the story.
Yes, I try to write in a way. Normally, you read your book and the book is, the main character is always a superstar. Well, I kind of write a little different, because everybody, like I say, you start off good, but it don't end up that way. Like there's things that happen in your life, then you got to make a choice, and it's not always good or bad. It's might badder, things like
Hmm.
that. And so that's my writing style. I try to give it a little twist. The end just shocks everybody. I sit and smile and I reread my reviews that I get from the book, on how it seemed like everybody came up with the same at the end, and it just made my heart smile because the reaction I was getting from my readers I actually got. And so I'm like pat myself. I'm really excited and proud about it. And then they'll say, so what happened in part two? When is part two coming out? And I released this book in 2025. So part two
Okay.
of Dr. Peabody will be out 2027.
Okay. Now, how did you get connected with She Publishing? I know you're from Chicago, and that's where Shanita is, but tell
Wow.
us about how you ended up under their umbrella.
If I had like 2 hours, boy, so I can just go there. But to sum it up, um, I would say delayed doesn't mean deny. I met Shanita through my very first no. I've been writing since I was a child. When I say writing, since I was like 7, I didn't know how to spell. So all of my books was in my brain. And it wasn't until I got to like age 9 when I started to write those things out because I had a lot going on. Being the only child, I was left with nothing but me and creativity. And so I would write and write and write. And um, things happened in my childhood and where I just thought like, nothing, I wouldn't really become anything. Um, and I had a good friend that pushed me and say, hey, release, release your work. So I ended up doing that with a family member who had a publishing company. And I got my very first no. With that no, instead of taking that no and saying not right now, I took that no and was like, I'm gonna go to the next publishing company. I'm gonna show you. Like it was more of a payback. And I believe God was saying that ain't what I got you here for. I didn't give you all this creativity as a payback. And so I called Shanita 2011. I said I need a publisher, but God had orchestration back there. He didn't let that go through. So I didn't get that book published. And as a matter of fact, that same book is on my shelf right now. I had done nothing with it. Um, Fast forward, years go by, and I go into this black hole. Uh, I just went to a dark place. And I heard God tell me, you need to shut off the noise. I shut off the noise for a year. I went without social media. I didn't talk to anyone. I need to truly hear from Him because I went to a dark place in my life. And came out of it and decided to write. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna post this book, and it's gonna be nobody but God. And I believe He did that because He gets the glory, nobody else. So I wrote that book and I called Shanita, and I'm thinking I'm gonna expect 1-800 or some automated thing person that caught and answer the phone. So I get up early that morning. I left her message, text, and I'm waiting for like an assistant to call. And I go out that morning, I'm talking to God because when I say I was in a dark place, I was in an ugly, dark place. And I'm like, God, if it's meant for me, it's gonna come. I'm waiting. I'm no longer pushing it. And a text come through and it's Shanita. And I'm shocked and I'm crying. I'm like, usually business, they don't text you directly. You know, they got the assistants doing it. They wasn't, she was personal, she was caring, she was loving. At the end of that call, we both was crying. And I said, God, I know where I'm supposed to be. I'm listening. Because now I figured out how to listen. I shut the noise out and I listened and I got it done. And I've been with her ever since. So I love Shanita.
Yeah, well, we love her too. She's a great friend of of ours and of the show and of the National Black Book Festival. And I can't even remember exactly how I got connected with Shanitha.
Mhm.
I don't even remember, but it's been some years now. So I
Yeah.
just don't remember the first encounter. I don't remember how that happened. But when you meet a lot of people,
Hmm.
it's not necessarily easy to remember how you met all the people.
Yep.
And I've met so many people over the years because of just the work I do in the festival. And people will come up to me, yeah, I remember when you did this and now you were so helpful. And I'm like, I do not remember any of this. But but at least it was a positive, I try to leave everybody with a positive, impression. Just when you're writing, you need to be encouraged, you
Hmm.
know. Uh, then if even if it's critical, it can be
Yes.
it still be encouraging.
Hmm.
And it's all about how you receive it.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you also are doing a journal and some other motivational writing.
Yes. So because of that black hole, um, I write all the time. Just I got like a million journals in my bedroom on the top shelf, and I write all the time. And so I buy a book after book after book, and I'm like, I just don't. This just I just haven't saw the right journal. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna create my own journal, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna call it "Girl Get Up" because that's exactly what I had to tell myself. I had to tell myself to get up out that funk. He didn't bring it this far. You got a lot to give. You got a lot to share. And even though it was your grandma that said you'll never be anything, you don't have to
Mm.
show anything. God gets all the glory. And so I call this a journal "Girl Get Up" because I want everybody to know you're gonna fall, but you'll get up. But you have to get up. Don't stay in that funk. I tell my girls all the time when they go through their little spurts with boys, I say, I'm gonna let you cry tonight, but if God wake you up with breath, then I want you to get out of it and stop crying. They know that for me. And so this is like an all-in-one journal. Oftentimes journals just all paper, or it's little prompts with this much space to write. I am a writer. This book give you the space to write. It gives you
Whoa.
action prompts because sometimes you don't know where to start. You don't know what do I write. I give you journal prompts. I give you scripture to go to when you're in a funk, when you're happy, when you're sad, when you need them. There's scripture. There's a spot in my journal where it allows you to write a letter to yourself, your future self. And I want you to go back and you read that to yourself. This is my all. I love this journal. It got me out of a funk. I literally wrote in all the pages of mine. Um. So yeah, girl, get up is your all in one.
Well, you know, I think most of us have been through a period where that would have been a necessary thing, or some people might be going through it now. I went through something like that, and I'm a very self-motivated person, but um when I was between marriages, I went through a period like a year when it just seemed like everything that could go wrong was going wrong. I kept going though. I never quit. I never gave up. But
Yes.
it was like, what else can happen? It was just like one thing after another, and it was all bad. And then I guess once it bottoms out, then you start to get an upside. But
Yeah.
you know, there's some periods where it's just tough,
Yeah.
and you can um sometimes you can rely on friends and talk to friends, but sometimes you don't really want people to know that you
Mm-hmm.
where you are. It's
Yep.
like, especially if you are you're a person who's always liked to be a high achieving person, and you don't really want to tell people you had a failure.
Yeah,
um
I
exactly.
think that's why this book is so special because there are people who are high achieving people, and you sometimes you don't want to tell people that you need help, or
Mhm.
sometimes you just don't have people you can turn to, or you
Mhm.
don't feel that you have people you can turn to. So
Mhm.
Yes.
sometimes there's a book like this that you can almost confide in, that kind of has those answers for you, that are, or places that you can just kind of write it all down.
Write it down.
So there are people
Mhm.
out there who need a book like this.
This
Yeah.
there's pages in here also I found useful. This same grandmother that told me I would never be anything. I had my first daughter at 17. Okay.
Mm.
And she told me I would never be anything. And so I never used to be the type to prove something, but I started to adapt that mentality. And so the day of graduation, I didn't graduate with a GED. I did graduate with a high school diploma. The school allowed me to walk my child on the stage with that diploma, and she was there to see that. Um, there were some things that I didn't want to say out loud. There were some things that I couldn't tell anyone. There's a part in this book that tells you can either keep it or burn it, but you need to say it because when you burn it, you release it. That's why I just love this book. It helps me through so much. And I knew I needed to create this because after looking through all those other journals, it didn't give us that option. There's some things I'm proud of that I want to keep, but there's some things I need to say and get it out and burn it. And it helped me through a lot that I've been through. A lot.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, it's good to write something that will help other people.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a few things that I'm working on for that too. So, uh, yeah, I'm trying to do that. So you had on there you're going to be attending some events coming up.
Yes. I will be
Is
at the
it a
Live
book?
Fest October 3rd.
Okay, Chicago Book Fest.
Yes, October 3rd.
Now, who puts that on? Do you know?
She Publishing.
Oh, that's Shanita's event.
Yes, that's neat. Yep,
Okay,
will be that.
okay,
And hopefully, I'll have my third book that's supposed to be released Thursday. It's called LOVE. That's me. That's my children's book that I created. Oh, praying that it
okay.
come out because this is my son's birthday.
Oh, okay. Now
Yeah.
is she publishing doing that one too?
Yes, she Publishing got me. I told them this is a marriage. You got to divorce me to get rid of me. Yes. So I'm
Okay.
really excited
Now,
about that.
if you were going to give advice to aspiring authors who are looking for some guidance or someone to work with in terms of finding a publisher, because not everybody can do independent work with a publisher. Amazon has a KDP, which is basically for people who already know how to do a book, but it's not for people who need the support.
I would say do your research. I know it is easy enough to go on Amazon and push out a book, but you want quality. You want quality. You want to make sure that you're not going to be sued. You want to make sure you're following the laws. You want to make sure that it belongs to you and not to someone else. I would say do the research first. I know it may seem like it's cheaper to go this route, but sometimes the cheap way is not the correct way. Um, the one thing I will say is you're going to get a lot of no's. You may get a lot of no's, but don't stop. Don't quit. That one no just mean that is not for you. God got something else better for you. Somebody out there waiting, and that's going to give you the yes you need that you can trust with your material, and then know that they're going to care for it the same way you will. So don't get discouraged. Don't give up. Girl, get up and find your publisher.
Amen.
Well, that's good. That's
Amen.
good advice. And nowadays there are a lot of with AI. Um, there's a lot of people perpetrating, and they using just bots and machines and AI prompts, and it's
Mhm.
none of it's real. And I've developed a philosophy now, that if I don't already know you, I don't want to know you. You might not be real. There's so many people trying to make a quick buck, just
Yes.
lying, just straight up lying, fabricating. It's I need some kind of a seal of approval. I need if you approach me, I need 5 references. I need some real people. No,
I
seriously, it's a lot
swear.
of people who are fake. It's a lot of fake stuff out here.
Get it. I get it. I get
Yes.
it. I'm not even gonna fool with you.
I do want to say this though, when I got the invitation to be on a guest here, I was so excited. I'm the type that like do research first, and I've watched you guys. I think if you can see, I went down each one of you guys interviews, and you guys are amazing. You guys have interviewed some of the people that I just inspire to be like sometimes, to be like. And I'm like, oh my God, now it's my turn. I'm being interviewed. Like, this is huge for me. All my posts is like, watch me, watch me, watch me. This is huge for authors. Make sure y'all follow them. Like, everything. I love this. I thank y'all for having this platform for us because we need the exposure. And if anybody take this for granted, they crazy. You guys are amazing. You guys interview
Oh,
well.
you're
I
so
love it.
sweet. Thank you.
Really nice. That's sweet of you. And we love what we do. And
Yeah.
the time has just gone by so fast. Not
Okay.
well, the time tonight, but I mean the time that we've spent doing the show. Like it's almost 6 years, and it just doesn't seem like it. It's the time has gone by so fast because when you do what you love to do, you know, time flies when you're doing that.
You're having fun.
That
Yeah.
is true. That is true.
And
Yes.
so we are at the end of our interview time. We want to make sure people know how to get your book or your books, plural. So let people know how they can connect with you on social media and where your books can be found.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Coach Mimi 30, or you can put in author Omia Tylet on Facebook and Instagram. You can find my material at shepublishingllc.com. You can also go to Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, and you can go to Amazon and find my material. I also have an email address. I don't know about heart because I just created it some weeks ago. Late night readers for authors at gmail.com. I created that platform for new authors. It's a book club on Facebook. It's a group. And I created that platform for authors who is just starting or all authors who need that extra exposure. They might got 3 million followers, but what's an extra 250? That means a lot in the author world. So I created that for them to publish, not publish, but get some book exposure, um, give my readers something good to read, not just mine, but it's a lot of material out there. So if you guys can follow me on Facebook and join that book club, that'd be awesome.
Well, we
Okay.
did put your link, your She Publishing link website in the chat. So hopefully everybody will click that link and
Yep.
purchase your books. You are amazing. Congratulations on all you have accomplished.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. And I love the fact that you are not only publishing your books, but you are also reaching back to support others. And that's what we should be doing in this industry, meaning more people to be doing the same. So thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Good night.